Hello, folks, and welcome back for another episode of Schwaard's Journey to Legendary, or Legendary Journey, however you want to think of it. We are going with a mid-range sorcerer today called the Bruiser. Basically because it feels like this game has really been kicking the crap out of me for a while now, and so I feel bruised and battered, but also because of color combo. I mean, blue and purple is kind of a, bruisish color. You can see what the list is there. It's, for the most part, more or less kind of a typical mid-range deck. I do have Dark Rebirth in there, which for a mid-range isn't necessarily something common, but you can do cool stuff with Incano. It can enable, you've got a Shackle ability, a Warding ability, so there's different uses for it. So I just have that in there as a utility. A Mace of Encumbrance, again, that's not typical, but just a little something for tempo. One of the big things, we are running 2 copies of Mighty Conjuring, and which means you have to have a creature with 5 power or above to trigger it. And so having Crown Quartermaster and with her daggers and the Mace of Encumbrance can kind of help beef up some characters that aren't there. But the backbone of this is really the Bleak Coast Troll, who comes out as a 5/5. Is that right? Yeah, goodness gracious. Anyway, all right, so I won't talk any more about that, but yeah, that's what we're going to be running, so we're going to go ahead and start. So here's the deal. Full disclosure, last Saturday, so Friday is when I did the This Game is Bananas video. If you hadn't seen that, you can check it out if you want to. It's like almost a 23-minute involuntary control game. I did not want to play control. I think my opponent probably could have pushed and ended the game in half the time. They definitely had an advantage, but for whatever reason they decided they wanted to play control, so we did for that long, and then, well, the ending is what made it bananas, not the actual gameplay. The gameplay was kind of tedious. But anyway, after that, I actually didn't quit. I wanted to keep going because it's a Friday night. I figured I got some gas in the tank still, so I tried to load up another game, and I got how the screen goes to black for a second before it opens up to the map. It didn't do that. It just stayed black for however long. Am I supposed to do something? Okay.
Hail, friend.
Let me go ahead and get started here. But perfect, but slow, apparently. That's all right. I mean, we've been there. 4 cards in your hand, trying to figure out which one to play with 1 Magicka. Well done. Well done. Okay, here we go.
I keep a spare blade.
So it did that 3 or 4 times. So after that, between that and just kind of being a little bummed with how the game went, I just said, you know what, I'll call it for the night. But on Saturday, I came back out, bound and determined to continue. I figured it was a fresh day. I was going to be able to make some progress, and I was not going to stop until I got out of the Steed, because I got tired. The constellation for the Steed, you'll see it if we move it all. You're pretty much, especially your first 2 moves, you start out just outside the Steed, and then you go right to its posterior. And then when you lose, you get crapped out of its posterior. And then you go back in and out and in and out. I did string together like 3 wins. Bottom line is, at the end of it, after 2 hours and 15 minutes of playing, I had not moved at all.
Let's do this.
Okay, they're trying to go under me here. And fortunately, I do actually have some... I've had this happen before where I haven't drawn any of my low end. I have. If this gets executed, I'm probably hosed. I mean, I can drop 2 more Ward Crafters down, but...
Orcs at the ready.
Okay. No, they're just gonna go for it. Okay. Going for the kill.
You can't defeat me.
So that's gonna help quite a bit. I got a dagger. Okay, I can do some stuff here. Do this. And do this. And we can do this.
Watch yourself now.
Now this is one, if it goes well, I should be able to turn the tables.
The error was mine.
That's right, you shouldn't have come at me so hard.
We must protect our stronghold.
Doink.
Fires of all hallows.
Interesting. Well, tell you what.
I hate this crowd. And uncomfortable.
Face me, you dog!
We're not going to hit his
A
face.
masterful
So anyway, sorry. Oh, well, thank you.
My thanks.
I was going to say, that usually means I'm going to do something jerky to you, but that's okay because...
1,000 pardons.
Okay, I might turn off the modes at some point. I can't hear anything right now. I do that so that the sound doesn't bleed over. But anyway, so I had not moved at all. In 2 hours and 15 minutes of playing, I had not made any progress at all. I was in the exact same spot. So I figured, who wants to watch a guy go 5 steps forward, 2 steps back, 1 step forward? It was back and forth. It was ridiculous. Ooh, oh yes, please. No, doggone it. I was really hoping he was going to play into that. But you know what we can do?
By the fires of oblivion.
At least I hope we can.
This one is in no mood for you.
I think we might be able to race. This is the turning of the tables. Could be. Now he could have a bunch of charge creatures and just completely rip me apart. I kind of expected that. But if he's playing a javelin, he's not really playing much of.
Training is over.
Okay.
It's time to act.
Ooh. I don't know if I'm going to need that for a guard or not. Got 1 charge left. Tell you what. Ooh, see, well, I don't know what that could be good for, but
This one
we'll
is
see.
in no mood for
Do
you.
your worst.
You must be cleansed.
Okay, so anyway, yeah, long story short, it hadn't gone anywhere. I do still have that play footage, so if somebody wants to see it anyway.
Shall be ours.
Yep. That's not going to get it done. You're going to have to add something to that.
There
you go.
Us. Let's do this. Talos!
You're going to need to use that other firebrand if you want to get through, yeah.
Talos! You're going
I think that's game, right? Yeah, that's game. Oh no, he's got another Nord.
Let's do this.
Does he have a...
Fires of all. Be obeyed.
Good game.
You fight like a child.
A hard-fought victory.
And he'll finish it off. So, yeah, that's why I love playing mid-range, because you can turn it. Now, that was... my commentary went by the wayside. Now, watch what happens. I think we're going to come out of the snake into... Here it is. Okay, see, we're here. Where's the next stop? The next stop is the horse's patoot. I mean, for crying out loud. I mean, this is the most dehumanizing, ridiculous constellation to be stuck in. Anyway, yeah, so, but all that to say, after 2 hours and 15 minutes, plus the 25 minutes, we'll say, of a control game on Friday, this game, I just felt like I got bruised. I threw everything at it. Now, I did not throw this at it. After I played, I realized, I tried my what was that deck? The Schwaaard's Angels was the all-girl deck with some actions and items. Won a couple, lost a couple. Oh, please don't be invade. 5-star man. Mr. 5-star man, please don't be invade. Please play, I don't know. Well, let's see here. Yeah. If it is invade, Squished Olympia is probably going to be a good choice. Actually, maybe not. And if it's not, I may have just hosed myself. You don't want to start with a hand like this. Luckily, I've got the ring, so... Oh, yeah, I totally forgot to do that myself. So next turn, we do get to drop a creature. I'm just going to put them over here just in case it is invade. They haven't tipped their hand yet, but it's not 100% ideal. Still don't know. Seems like it could be. Why can I never remember the name? Expertise, I think. But if they're playing that, I'm thinking this is going to get an execute. Little axe to the 2/2, which sucks because I don't have a turn. Another creature to play. Yeah, okay, this could be a Keeper of Secrets thing? I don't know.
Schwaaard take.
Okay. Oh, that's piercing javelin.
Is someone out there?
Dragons. Dragons didn't go so great last time for us, but we'll see. We'll see what happens next. Thinking a tiny dragon to knock the ward off, and then. Oh no! Well, luckily, I do have a lightning bolt for that fellow.
Out upon it.
So I did just completely discount one of his dragons that he has in hand. And with that many cards in hand, he probably has a pretty big one. My poor little tutu, my Daggerfall mage just chilling. Yeah, so that's why I said bruised, just because it reminded me very much of the fact that I wonder if I should. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and do that, I guess. I wish I could reward, but he's got to go.
Out upon it.
Now he's got the advantage. He can launch a. See, we're getting a little dangerous now. So we did not put enough damage on this guy.
Only illegal if
If he's for playing dragons, we're way behind. They have a much higher top end than we do. Doesn't mean we can't, but considering. We'll see. We'll see what we've got. What's going on here? So anyway, no more about the past. I just developed this deck. Oh, I like I said, I tried everything. I tried alpha. I am an alpha. I tried your deck. It did get me 1 or 2 wins, and then I got like 2 or 3 losses, and so I had to give up on it. Oh, can I get a ward crafter, please? Jeez Louise. Well, I'm gonna tome up here. You know, so we'll do this. Do this. Do that. Yeah. Ooh, this is not looking good. But this is kind of what happened before. I'd won a game, then I lost a game. I won a game, then I lost a game. Ouch. You make me sad. There's a ward. I mean, if we don't take care of that dragon, it's going to be a problem. I can do both. I can do both.
Watch yourself now.
I'm feeling he's. We're not gonna go. We already got hosed by one prophecy. If I'm gonna break the rune, it's gonna be breaking it big. But I feel like I'm gonna have a. Oh, all right. Oh, so mean.
They won't get that.
I don't know why. Like every time, not every time, but many times when I play a dragon deck, I just it's way too. Oh, nice.
To get mother some
I will get some. It won't be much, but I'll get a little something.
Flowers.
So you used 2 javelins, I think. Just 1? Son of a gun. He's gonna have Devour. He's got to have Devour, which he could use on there, which is what screwed me over in the last
Surprise!
That means that he's got a dragon in hand now with lethal.
Fighters Guild stands ever ready.
I guess that's the answer. If you're gonna run dragons, just have nothing but removal.
By the 8th, they will meet their maker.
And see, we do have reach. We haven't drawn any of our big stuff. Mighty Conjuring has not come up, and Kano. Like I'm just, where's our big stuff?
I'm ready for you. Schwaaard take.
So I'm gonna do this. Yeah, this is not spectacular. But I will do that. And no drain for you.
I smell the stench of the living.
Well, yeah, this is kind of what it's been. Just where there's no distinct like bad draw. It's just every I don't know. Maybe I really am just playing horrible decks. That could be it. Or I'm just constantly drawing the worst part of my deck. The first game I half expected because it's happened that wow. Yeah, this is pretty much over. I'm not really sure what to. Okay.
My claws are sharp and friendly.
I smell.
And they got cards for days.
Of the
My goodness
living.
gracious. Now, if they devour that, that's not going to be great.
What secrets do you seek?
Yeah, so I can't. I don't know if. Yeah, I mean, I want to say like, oh, I'm just playing people with optimized
I'll send them
decks,
all
but
to oblivion.
it's like in any particular game, it could go either way. There's really no. Okay, I'm done.
This is bad comedy.
My fight is done.
I mean, we just I mean, there is a point. I think I talked about this in that video, and this is part of my frustration with RNG games, which is it reminds me of why I kind of took a hiatus, and I've done this many times before. But if you're a team and you're practicing, you're running all your plays, like say a football team, right? And you're practicing your plays, you're running your plays, you're working out different situations, different strategies. You show up, and the ref says, "Oh, your quarterback's not going to play today." Wait, but my quarterback is like the whole game plan was built around my quarterback. What do you mean he's not going to play? He's not going to play. He's not going to show up today. Okay, well at least I've got my running back. Well, he's not going to show up till the fourth quarter. But we need him in the beginning to run down the defense a little bit and to open up the pass game later. Nope, sorry, he's going to come in the third or fourth quarter. But I don't need him in the third or fourth quarter. Sorry, that's what you're going to get. That's the frustration with this game is you and I mean it's fair in terms of like everybody has everybody is kind of could be getting equally screwed. And there definitely there is something to be said for if you have a strong deck, it minimizes
Marsh friend.
that the tendency of minimizes the tendency of
They make
you not running what you want to run, but it doesn't mitigate it completely. And so you can get into a game, and I actually watched I don't know if you all have watched the Masters at all, the Masters from 2018 and 2019. Ooh, that's a good card. I mean, I'm not a fan. Well, I am a fan, but not in this particular game. Lost my train of thought. Something about, I don't know.
All can be had for the right price.
I am going to have to nuke him, unfortunately.
I keep a spare blade in my boot.
Can't have him pilfering twice. That's way too much card draw. Although he probably has another one. They usually come in twos. Bad little kitties trying to pilfer from me.
Together, we will
Although-
make a fortune.
If he wants cards, I might be able to give him a lot of cards. Go ahead and play this first.
Don't underestimate.
Oh dear. Punished.
They make it too easy. All power flows from the light of
This
the
isn't
three.
going fantastically. He is going to get huge. Well, 4/4 is pretty big. Big enough for a lightning bolt, one might say. Oh? I was like, am I gonna? Nope. What do you got? Another one of those?
This one is very
No. Okay, that is a more deserving target.
You are not worthy.
I mean, I understand. I could very well be signing my... No, you know what? 6. Oh, wait. 7. 11. So close.
Don't underestimate me.
But you know what? Do I want to spell sheep or do I want to... He'll be able to attack twice. So I've got to do this. Oh my goodness gracious.
Let none defile our temple.
That's pretty much game right there. Oh boy. 2 prophecies. Well, I mean, that's part of the game too. And I guess that's part of my frustration, or it has been in the past, is just, you know, I've actually, I think it was the month that I got into Legendary, or at least the month that I got to like the top rank, I used a sorcerer deck similar to this one, and that like the next season or the next month couldn't win a single game with it. So, and it's like either I suddenly became horrible, or, which is possible.
By the egg.
Yeah, whatever.
A fine battle.
Oh, come on. All right. Well, I was going to give you a good game, but not if you're going to do that nonsense. Oh, fine. I'll do it
A
anyway.
hard-fought victory.
I really, really do not like BM. I finished the game like... So here we go. This is pretty much what it was on Saturday for, like I said, 2 hours and 15 minutes. I'll probably win the next game, and then I'll lose the next 2, and win the next game and lose the next 2. It's just kind of the way it's been, and it doesn't matter what deck I play. The Warrior deck even. So that's where I lost my train of thought. Alpha. I am an Alpha, I'm butchering the name a little bit, but it's something like that. Had recommended an all red deck and actually sent me the deck list. I played the deck list as was, and I won my first game with it, and then lost 2. And I was like, okay. And I'm not blaming the deck. Like I said, I don't think it necessarily depends on the deck. But even the Warrior deck that I played with before, lost with that one. So it could just be that I suddenly have become completely incapable of winning, which seems to be the case at this particular point. Yeah, I don't really have confidence in it turning out, even though I have won in the past and won with a variety of decks for whatever reason.
I keep a spare blade in
Welcome,
my
friend.
foot.
It's just not happening these days. So I do apologize. I mean, it's no fun watching somebody lose, but I know... Oh, before I forget too, if you've gotten this far in there, then you're probably somebody who has been watching
underestimate me.
this whole time.
By the
That's probably an
fires of
execute,
oblivion.
knowing how things are going. After I released the 3rd video, the Drain one, the Ring of Namira,
Let's shed some light on the problem.
Oh, I stopped getting comments. Like, according to my...
Out upon it. Do your worst.
According
Watch
to...
yourself now.
According to there was a notification sent, you've got 5 comments on that video. But that means you're going to do something heinous. Nobody ever just pays a compliment because... they're, well, okay. Well, I don't want to say thanks now. That's a little late. But usually they have a biting repartee in the form of like something that's completely wrecks whatever you're trying to do. Do I sacrifice my ward crafter? Yeah.
Fallen rocks.
Without a squish the wimpy,
Fine
he's
of battle.
probably not going to get a lot of love, a lot of action, but at least he's
Your
there.
destruction is at hand.
Cruel Fire Bloom?
We must press our
Cruel
advantage.
Fire Bloom.
Surprise!
Yup. Ooh. Definitely not a good time to be us. See, and there's a part of me thinking,
This might be handy.
I don't want to hit him. Yeah. That's the thing. In theory, if he starts becoming aggressive, we can take on the role of the
This
kind of
won't
control.
take
That's the
long.
idea. Okay, game. All the times we've got sorcerer's negation, let's get some negations out here. Go ahead, hit me in the face. Hit me in the face. I can take it. Okay. Oh, boy. I'd rather him get targeted with the removal than Night Shadow. So unless they've got two... whatchamacallit?
We fight for the glory of lost Almeria.
What do you call those? Tell me, what do you call them? Nope, that's not who. Well, farewell, Cicero. Farewell. Now we need him after a rune gets broken. Tell you what, let's go ahead and see what we can find here. That'll work. Good old Bleak Coast Troll.
You can't defeat me.
Oof. Okay. That tickled. Well, the whole top end of the deck is not... I mean, we don't have a ton. I will grant you that we don't have a lot,
Watch yourself.
a huge top end, but we do have a top end. And we are not hitting it. So I want you to attack with...
Nicely done.
Oh, come now. I want to say thank you, but like I said, that's usually...
This won't take long.
He wants to keep Arwen alive. Or Arwen, Arwen, I don't know how to say her name. Definitely wants to keep her alive. What? Now you're going to get her killed. After he's done playing all that.
For old Almeria.
My friend would like to say hello.
I mean, the crazy thing is just think how badly this would be...
Bounds.
Yeah, I guess he's going, this guy doesn't need magic. Well, there's
Die, eggless one.
So much left
there's
finished.
a negation. I feel like I want to use that on a bigger target, though.
I will have your head.
And all we got in our hand is drain. Drain, drain, drain. Alright, let's bait out the removal. I'm sure they're sitting on something. Piercing Javelin, cast into time. They got something for him. He's too big to let him stick around.
Looking to make a purchase?
Surprise!
Spirit Knight, sure. Oy. I'm sorry, I wish the games were more exciting for you all, but
Imbecile. With you.
this is just absolutely tedious.
Khajiit will keep you safe.
Doo-ba-doo. But I tell you what, I still love the art and the music of the game. And wow,
I'll learn this.
laying it all on the line.
Shall we begin?
Gonna make your push? No? You're so lucky I don't have a whatchamacallit. What do I call it? If I hit him for 5, ooh, it's gonna break a rune.
This one is in no mood for you.
Ba-ba-da-ba-da. Yeah, maybe I'll do a little of this and a little bit of that. We both seem to be running on fumes right now. Why is it that unless I'm running like a heavy aggro deck, I always end up in these kind of control-y type situations? That's it. That's it. Go ahead and hit. Break that rune, son. Break that rune. Hit me. Come on. You want to hit me? Hit me in the face. Hit me in the face. Come on. Come on. I double dare you. You can do it. Just do it. Just believe in yourself.
I have many important things on my mind.
Okay, so now he's going to attack. Okay, well, my friend decided to make a comment.
Gall and puff. To dust with you!
Gloves are off now.
You won't like what I'm
I've
selling.
got you now.
Your
And there's Mighty
destruction
Conjuring.
is at hand.
I don't think I've got any way to trigger it. Yet.
Khajiit will keep you safe.
It's not over till it's over, but...
Face me, you dog!
Let's see what we got. Piercing Javelin would be a bummer.
Die, Outrider.
Oof. That was also a bummer. So that's 7, 8, 9.
You won't survive this. To dust with you!
Foul breath, imbecile.
You won't like what I'm selling.
Lightning Bolt.
Surprise!
Wow, really?
We'll see about this.
A hard-fought victory.
I don't know what to tell you. Don't know what to tell you. But we are just hanging down here. Yeah. I mean, full disclosure, I would not be playing this game right now if it wasn't for making videos. It's just, it gets to a point, and I usually give it some cooldown time because eventually, like, I enjoy the mechanics enough that I'll get back into it at some point, but it becomes a joyless mouse wheel of just failure, which is just never a fun thing. But you know what? I'm going to change that tune because this is about making a video. It's not about playing the game. Playing the game is a thing. Although arguably I'm not playing as much as I am. I don't know what I'm doing. But I am... Oh, no. Sorry.
Hail, friend.
I keep a spare blade in my boot.
I can't even greet somebody without making a mistake now. And I wonder, too, I do play a lot of... play against the computer to farm for soul gems.
I
And,
smell the stench of the living.
I mean, could you believe that? Just going back, can you appreciate the exact draw that they had to have in order to have lethal on that turn? Now, granted, I will grant you, the way the board was set up, I don't know that. I don't know that
For you.
we could have survived another turn. But a spear, and I've had to be a spear. It couldn't be a. Well, I guess it could have been a piercing
We must
javelin too.
protect our strong.
But like in order to get it down so that and exactly, well, that's exactly what happened in the last. Oh man, that's okay. It's a bummer of a trade, but what are you going to do? I do have one other deck that I want to try out, and I call it like They Might Be Giants or something. I'll come up with some clever, quasi-clever name, but it's a Dagoth deck that is just big on high attack cards, and that seemed to be doing okay as well. But this one was solid. This one, when I tested, I did test it out more than just. Ooh, that is a silenced target if I ever did see one. Negation would have been better,
Should help.
but I'll take that as well. Always dangerous to play a naked. What is he called? Breton Conjurer. Okay.
You're mine.
King Emmerich will take you down. Unless you reward it.
Surprise!
Yeah. Okay, so it's gonna... okay. That'll work out better.
Mother of mine.
Now, I mean, see, and it cuts both ways. Now, that didn't win me the game, but it was a top deck that came out that was the exact answer I needed. So, I mean, I acknowledge that it happens on both sides, but there just seems to be times where you can do no wrong, and then there's times where you can't not do no wrong. However exactly that works. But you see, unless you have a Fell the Mighty, which they could, but I can't control that. All I can do is play the card that has been given to me. And this is, honestly, this is more where, like, how the deck pacing goes. Oh, think about a ward? This is how the deck is supposed to go. It's supposed to ramp gently from low cards into middle and then high. It's gonna be a punish if they have The card that they just drew? Okay. Seen a lot of... I'm not used to seeing that, like, the kind of removal that we're seeing. Usually with those colors, it's going to be Fell the Mighty and Lightning Bolt. That's pretty much it. I'm not used to seeing a lot of this other
By the
removal.
fires of
So I'm trying to wonder if there's a way I can capitalize on... Ooh, that's a good pickup.
Mother
Let's just see what we can do here. It's not going to quite get us there. I should have used the dagger, but I wanted to be able to play another card. So, oh, okay. If I'd used the dagger, no, I couldn't do it. I was going to say I should have used the dagger and then High King Emmerich, and we would have been done. But so we need one more point of damage for High King to take
Victory
it.
is yours.
Okay.
A hard-fought victory.
So I mean, rhyme or reason, I don't know. So we're gonna go until I've got a fresh battery in the lights. It should get us there. Now, let's see, we're oof. So yeah, I'm gonna try to go. Well, yeah, I'll just go. We're going to try to get out of this. We're trying to get out of the Steed. If we can cobble together 3 wins with no losses, 3 wins, 2 losses. I don't know what the ratio is. I had a plan. I had a strategy as to how I was going to run this and how I was going to cap out the time. But ultimately, like I'm going, I still would like to get to Legendary. But at this point, folks, I got to be honest with you. I did not expect the journey to be so full of potholes and orcs and I want to say trolls, but then that's a disservice to my opponents because they're not trolls. They're just I don't know. Maybe they're. I mean, your mind tries to rationalize it in all kinds of ways, right? I don't want to start doing that. You notice that's become the new is the comma right? I did a video on this a while ago. I took it down though just because it was more verbose than it needed to be. But essentially, just instead of people saying they'll say right. So it's like, so I'm playing this game, right? And I'm losing a lot. I'm losing more than I'm winning, right? So I'm wondering, why is that, right? It doesn't happen quite that often, but you start hearing it more and more. It's the reflexive request for validation, or not validation, but what do you call that? Not acknowledgement, not acquiescence. My gosh, instant affirmation, like agreement, like you're. Did I said hello, right? What are we waiting on here? Is this the same guy as before? No, he was called something entirely different. Okay, we've got a little bit of a curve. I have no problem. We actually got a great curve on this one. Oh. Let's see how far we can go. This is great. Ooh. Oh, I lost a practice game. How sad is this? Let me tell you how many different ways I've lost. I lost a practice game to a guy running red and yellow shouts. And it was going back and forth really well. He drew a Greybeard Mentor at the very, very end. He had organically in his hand, by the time we got down to it, we were racing back and forth. I was in the left lane, he was in the right lane. And by the time we got down to it, I had lethal on the board. He unsummoned everybody. Like he did one to my Harpy, which I was like, okay.
I will have your head. Face me.
I'm guessing it's going to be dragons. He shackled, put back the Harpy, which was like, why would you do that, man? Because using that and then Rebirth, I was able to shackle 3 out of his whole lane. But then he used the next 2 to throw everything back into my hand at the very end. And then had the bad manners to play he did play a Greybeard Mentor, and he did get Prophecy. See, it's just times like this. Times like this, you just go sigh. But
This day will be mine.
I'll just take it. And now I can't trigger Mighty Conjuring, although that's still quite a ways away. Oh, you devious little bastard. I don't like that guy. The Grizzly Gourmet. If it wasn't Grizzly, I'd be okay. Like, if he's just a chef, that's fine. But I really, really do not like I just don't like him. Just something about him. Probably because Grizzly Gourmet and his apron's dirty.
Grievous!
But yeah, so I lost to a guy with red shouts. And I mean, to be fair, until he played though, like it was, like, I mean, they did, I would say they did win him the game ultimately, but oh, you gotta be kidding me. I run the amount of Squish the Wimpies I do because, do I want to do one more? No, I'm gonna say that. Because I've got the, I've got Encano. I've got 3 breakthrough characters that can, like, Night Shadow. I've got, oh, and the Mighty Conjuring when it goes off. That's a breakthrough character. I keep saying characters, creatures. Oh man, I hope Night Shadow sticks.
Observe.
It's got to be Call Dragon.
A few drinks, a few.
Yeah, they're
laughs,
charging
and
up
a
something. I guarantee it's Call Dragon.
What could be better?
And it's going to be a big one. And so it's probably going to do what the other one did and just completely wipe my board. But
My powers are immortal.
that seems to be the go-to. Just call out a big dragon and luckily...
Surprise!
Oh my gosh, did not see this coming. What on earth?
Greetings.
Oh, he got some... Well, I would say they're bad ones, but... Nope, those are definitely good ones. I don't even know. I don't even know. Because Parthenax can take it out. And thus the game went sideways. Once again. Oh, man. Yeah. Yeah, so I lost to a game with shouts. And then it was like, oh, and then he played Call of Valor before he tried to finish me off. I was like, I'm done. Wow. You know.
Form is no match for Mars.
All right. I guess we're just not going to play.
For Savangard! For Savangard!
Yeah. You go ahead, buddy.
For Savangard! For Savangard! For Savangard!
I mean, at least he's not just sitting there.
Prepare to die.
My thanks.
Prepare to die.
A hard-fought victory. My fight is done.
So BGHDO7 talks some good trash when he's got a full board and you've got nothing. He'll start commenting like the Dickens, but up until then, strangely silent. Won't say hello. So yeah, I don't know. Is this been everybody else's experience? I don't know. You would say, okay, well the deck's not working. It can't be the deck because I have won with it quite a few times. And besides that, it's kind of thematic. You know, I'm gonna do the thumbnail based on it. Why? I mean,
Well met, marsh friend.
oh, well, hey, nice to see
Hail,
somebody who's happy to see you. Let's go ahead and just start this out. But, oh, I guess going way back to
of the living.
the Squish the Wimpy, if I were to redo the deck, I would maybe take that out, one copy out. And just because, as you see, you just get, for some reason, that's the card I get stuck, 2 of them in my hand.
Careful there, friend. Wrong place for a midnight stroll.
So they are a dead draw, which is why I only have 2 of the Temple Conjurers, because if you have 2 of him early, it's a 2/2, so it's not the worst, but it's not what you want. Again, that's there to help trigger Mighty Conjuring. So, yeah, it's not a good time. Not a good time.
This may prove useful.
Oh, he gave it to himself. What a jerk.
Wrong place for
I guess that means he's trying to race? I don't know. We'll see. Probably has another way to buff it to make an unfavorable trade, but... And I know in general it's not great to get health early. You want to get that after they've broken a rune, after they've given you a card. But I'm just trying to win the board is what I'm doing initially. Yeah, there we go. Oh, really? I guess he has another ping effect? See, I'm thinking if I don't have any other play, I gotta do it.
I will have your head.
You can have charged creatures, so we'll play it over here.
Power flows.
I was waiting to see whether or not I wanted to do that because he has to survive the next turn. Before I can do Mighty Conjuring, the 5/3 has to survive. And I don't know if he can do that or not. But I do, well, I have Heirloom Greatsword, but he also has Mummify as a possible removal, which would take it away from me forever. My heirloom! And that would be my turn 6.
Close ranks. Let nothing through.
Okay. You going to hit my face now? You gotta buff him up, right? Scimitar, maybe?
My Yashdog's mightier.
I'll break through. 2 battles with 1 stone. Ooh. I think that could be a good use to squish the Wimpy. Unless we get a prophecy. Oh. I thought I saw the animation for prophecy. It's almost becoming old hat now, but come on, stick to the board, stick to the board. Nope, gonna give him a weapon and he's gonna go in.
Close ranks. Let nothing through. Gore and glory.
Saddest Mighty Conjuring ever. Yep, not a great one. I mean, in this case, probably a little better than... There we go, give me more cards.
Do you not fear me, mortal?
Ooh.
You should.
Ooh. Luckily, I do have a Shadowfen Priest. I wish I also had a Warder.
This should help.
Or a...
My arcane spear.
Whatchamacallit?
This day will
The gal
be
who gives you
mine.
wards. Wish I had one of those, but I don't. Never, then let that be lesson to you kids. You never put a weapon on until you know you can do it. So I think, I mean, he's still got so much time. If he's got another one, another sower, that could be bad news for us. It would actually be very bad.
We must protect the Night Mother.
Okay, that's not bad. Not bad at all. Uh-oh.
You get one shot.
No, come on, really? Oh. Okay. That's not too bad.
Confound you!
Does he have lethal on board? That's fine. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Nah, I think we're okay. I think we're okay. Yeah, well, I guess we'll see. I chose to go for it, and oh, if he has another sower and he crushes him, I think we're still okay. 9, 10, 11, 18. No, they're not. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15.
No one gets through. Steal and
I think we survived.
I have no fear of you,
Ooh.
cowardly skeever.
Not by much though. Good game.
Power and glory.
A hard-fought victory.
All right. So got lucky against Warrior, and so I can't remember. Does this? I think this just puts us to the head of the snake again, right? This is so sad. Is anybody else sad? I'm sad. I'm very sad. I shouldn't be though. I told myself like, look, if you're playing it just for you, then yeah, you might be a little bummed out. But you're doing it for entertainment. And I do apologize. I've been a little down in the mouth. It's just it's a bummer because going into this, I wasn't sure. That's why it's the bruise or the bruiser because I could have steamrolled. It's possible. It's just like I expected maybe this to be the, getting locked down, trying to break into legendary or break into 1. I said this a million times before, but by gum, just trying to get out of 7. So yeah, I guess so. My hypothesis is like, okay, is everybody just playing optimized decks, but you can't blame your failures on other people or anything else. It could just be I stink. Like I've never thought of myself like I think there's your top tier, like your very, very top tier. Then there's your great players. Then there's your good to average or average to good, and then you got your stinkers. And the thing is, with a game like this, I think, especially if you use somebody else's deck that knows how to build it, you've already got a good leg up. And once you just learn the basics, you learn certain things, what to do and what not to do, proper procedures, playing your outs, all that kind of stuff. I think even a poopy player can become a decent one because RNG kind of levels that playing field. It kind of smooths it out. And so I've just never thought of myself as even a great player. I've been a good. I learned and I can do, but I'm not a great. There was a streamer, Dragon Tamer Blade. He is the only guy who streamed who I could relate to as a player. Your Charmers, your Justin Larsons, they were great players, but I never had their kind of experience. I never had their that high level of success. I got more of DTB. I had more of his luck where it's like, oh, come on, that last minute prophecy or, kind of getting the game taken at the last minute. And if it happens enough, you got to say, okay, well, maybe it's not just bad luck. Maybe it's just how you play. So I'm not saying necessarily he was bad, but like I could relate to his anguish more. And I feel like that's more of the vibe that I am. But I still enjoyed watching it. Even when he lost, I still enjoyed it because it was kind of like hanging out with a friend. And you're watching your friend play a game, and you're like, oh man, dude, I'm so sorry. Or, oh, that was so awesome. And I think towards the end, like one of his favorite ones was like an assassin deck. It was complete RNG. Ooh, I got something for that. Yeah.
Confound you!
Careful there, friend.
That's a nice premium corner club, though.
You bet on the wrong side.
Premiums are so expensive in this game. Like, I mean, you've noticed, almost all of my premiums are commons or is it commons or rare? Commons, rare, epic, and legendary. Yeah. So
This might be handy.
Confound you!
I will have your head.
he does have a chart. He can have a snake,
Flows from
a viper, if you will.
the light of the 3.
I like fighting more for the field. I used to play in the Shadowland all the time. I didn't really know what the big problem was. Oh, that came in way too fast. Scary. Oh, sorry, my friend. Like I said, you don't equip an item. Oh, I screwed that up.
You must be cleansed.
Don't equip an item until you're ready to use it. Not a lightning bolt! Not a harpy!
Your blood will spill.
All power flows from
Oh, I missed a...
the light of the 3.
Oh well, we'll say that was strategy, because I did not want to deploy her yet, so they did not figure out my secret weapon. What, you got another lightning bolt? What are you going to do this for?
Surprise!
Well, you know what? That's a lightning bolt that would not be going to Night Shadow. So there's that. Okay. I don't know. But I understand the sentiment. I silenced. You saw there were 2 key silences, and yeah, so I understand. I get it. He's probably feeling the same thing I am. He's like, man, this game. So I don't know if that means we've hit a turning point, or probably not. But he seems to have probably just about as salty as we are. But I did want to show, and I'll probably have it pop up here every once in a while, just to show them because I think they're cool. What I've done is I've taken, I've essentially converted the cards here into like digital cards. Well, I mean, they're videos. They're videos of the premiums. I'll put one up here at this point, just as kind of like a, what do you call it? If the game's not interesting enough, you can see it. So here's one that I did. The cool thing is, and you can't tell, but each one of them has one of like, there's four or five main themes of Elder Scrolls that I really like. I love the music. And so each one of them will play, they animate for 2 minutes, and each one of them will play 2 minutes of that song. And I just love, I love doing that because then I just, essentially I have these cards sitting on my desktop. And if you've got a Mac in particular, it has no frame around it. So it literally looks like you've just got these cards sitting there and they're doing their little premium thing. And you can just, at different points, just unmute them and hear the music, hear the songs or whatever. So it's really cool. I'm pretty stoked about it. And so that's where I'm getting my enjoyment. This game, there were so many times where I was, or when I would be a little fatigued about playing, I would just go into the.
No man can deny his destiny.
Oh. Nice. Well, there's Ancano. Finally decides to make an appearance. So nice of you to make an appearance, Ancano. They also have charges, and I saw some lethals, so...
All power flies from the...
And, I mean, to be fair, Martin Septon, we don't want him to stick around. He can be bad news. Bad news.
The hist revives.
But the good news is... Alright, do I want to be... Because I could do a Squish the Wimpy. Tome him up, but that only oh wait, Tome gets him to 7. Okay, so yeah, we'll do that. We'll squish. Oh no! No, okay. A little bit of that.
You are not.
A little bit of that. A little bit of that.
Your blood will
Do a little bit of that. Okay, well, that did a little something for us. I have a feeling our Atronach is not long, but actually that's very good because that means when Alfique comes out, we can get a warded. It's a win-win. It really is. That's the one good thing about the deck. When it's pulling what it needs to pull,
We must protect our
it's like a perpetual value thing. All right, so we do a little bit of this, a little bit of that, do a little bit of this. That. Fel the Mighty would be a punish here. That would sting for sure, but I think we'll be all right. We've got enough stuff in our hands. Cards, I mean cards. We have enough of those in our hands. Oh, I wish I was. And Kano, you're going to come in a little too late. Yep, like I say. But he is not. Was not our only threat. What else have you got? What else are you going to punish me with?
This one is in no mood for you.
Schwaaard take you.
Yeah. Coast. And Kano next turn. We just got to have some of our board survive. Okay.
Surprise!
Okay. My only condition. We needed some of the board to survive. That was all. That's all I had.
By the fires of oblivion.
All power flies from the heart.
And we couldn't have any of the board survive. Red Year. I have not seen Red Year since I started playing again. Wow. Should have played around it. I totally should have. I should have seen. The one thing I was saying, I was like, there's no Ice Storm. There's no... Ooh, does he have a Squish the Wimpy? He does, doesn't he? No, he doesn't. Oh, my gosh.
You are not worthy.
A hard-fought victory.
I have
Wow, that
many
was close.
important things on my mind.
Okay. I thought for sure he had Squish the Wimpy. We'd be done. We'd be done. But he didn't, so we're not. All right, and hey, that's two wins in a row. Hold on. One and then two. That's two in a row. And we're going into the horse's butt. Woohoo! We are in the horse's butt. I feel like that should be the name of the video. Not Bruiser, just in the horse's butt. Let's get out of the horse's butt. Okay, I've been going for a while now. I'm feeling the fatigue. This last game, let's get out of the horse's butt. One way or the other, this is the last game tonight. Let's get out of the... Now, I did get, I think I mentioned it, because at one point I won like 3 games in a row, so I got within three stars of getting out, which isn't that close. This is actually a pretty long constellation, but I actually got close, and then I lost 4 or 5 in a row. So, Mr. Bro, you're also at rank 7. Could be going through the exact same thing I am. If you wanted to concede right now, I wouldn't blame you. Wouldn't blame you at all. I'd have to play another one though. I promised a full game. Hail, friend.
Hail, friend.
Greet me back. So that's the way it's going to be.
I smell the stench.
I did notice that
of the
I never
living.
saw this before, but there's actually an option where you can turn off all emotes, so you never see them at all.
This is interesting.
I feel like this could be like a whatchamacallit.
Wrong place
I was
for
gonna say
midnight
like a leaf
stroll.
lurker, like a lot of lethal pings and a lot of finish offs and leaf lurker type stuff. Maybe not. We'll have to see. Well,
Watch yourself now.
I know that seems dumb, but like I said, this is a
Wrong
finish
place
off
for a midnight stroll.
This might be handy.
type situation. I don't want any of my characters marred or scarred. It always scares me when they do that. Oh, it's going to be a squish the wimpy. Dagnabbit. Well, the good news
I will
is
have your head.
we've had a chance to build up enough
I'm
threats, so
ready
if
for you.
Wrong place for a midnight stroll.
you're going to squish something, you're probably going to want to squish this fella. And we'll take it over from here in the commentary booth in a completely different location, having absolutely nothing to do with the battery on the camera going out once again. So we pick up with the action. As it turns out, Schwaard's instincts were absolutely correct. Archer's Gambit strikes the 5-3 and takes out the 2-3 in one fell swoop.
I smell.
But he's not
the
down, he
stench
drops down a
of
2-3
the
guard.
living.
Schwaaard is down but not out. Drawn silence, that could be important. Strikes at the face once. Ponders. What to do next? Should he silence the 2-3 and let the 2 on the sides go 4 in for face? Or silence the lethal creature?
I'm ready for you.
He's going to eliminate the drain altogether.
This should help you.
Silence the lethal 1-2 and attack with a mammoth to the face. To the face? To the face. Unfortunate, had he used breakthrough, he could have probably saved his 2-1, which most assuredly will pass on. Yes, that was a sensible play to a nonsensical play. But now, opponent is down to 8 health with 2-4. Oh! A belligerent giant alternate out, belligerent giant no less, and bounces the young mammoth back into his hand. It looks like, oh my goodness! Oh my goodness, off the top! A 4 to the face lightning bolt, and Schwaaard will take it in the final moments to ascend from the horse's patoot to the horse's back, or something like that. So, look, there he goes, up to the steed's chest. 2 more to go to get out of this confounded constellation. Anyway, thank you all very much for watching.